Welcome to another bonus episode for MAX101. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you put in the wrong route code? Last time we talked about route codes and, well, what would happen if you put in the wrong one? Well, unfortunately it's not very exciting. You'll likely just get stuck somewhere and you won't be able to proceed forward. Let's say I did something dumb and I arrived at Lloyd Center eastbound. So I'm either a blue, green, or red line at Lloyd Center eastbound. Okay, let's say I set the route code for Expo Center. Okay, well, Expo Center is way out in the other direction, right? We're heading in the wrong direction. Well, let's say if I were at the Lloyd Center and I did that, and I tried calling the signal, I probably wouldn't get anywhere. I wouldn't think the signal would change at all because, well, Expo Center's in the other direction. The route that you are trying to do is not this way, so it wouldn't be able to change. You would not be able to get a clear signal. But I mentioned this before, between Lloyd Center and 82nd Avenue Station, there is no call loop. So let's say I was fine, and instead of doing this Expo Center route code at the Lloyd Center, let's say I went one more stop to Hollywood Transit Center. Now this is where it gets interesting. If I were at Hollywood Transit Center, there is no call loop here. None. So if I were to set the route code for Expo Center, the signals, because there's no call loop, it doesn't know that I changed the route code. I'm not pressing a button to continue to go forward. It's just clearing for me all the way down the trackway. So you actually would be able to get away with driving all the way up to 60th Avenue and then continuing on to 82nd. And then once you arrive at 82nd, there is a call loop there, and it probably just wouldn't let you go any further. I don't know if it would get confused to the point at where it shows you random routes and all of a sudden you end up in like Clackamas or something, or you end up in the pocket track at Mount Hood Avenue. Who knows? I really don't think it would. I think it would just end at a red signal. I don't believe anyone's ever really tried that. So we don't have a definite answer of what would happen, but you can always speculate. So in areas where there's no gaps between preempt signals or ABS signals or whatever. Let's say I'm at OMSI and I set the route code for Hillsborough or something. It likely, because there's no direct connection to the westbound blue and red lines from here, it probably wouldn't do anything. The signal, again, just probably would never change. Although it's kind of interesting because it might be able to somehow let you go up 6th Avenue and go to Rose Quarter, because once you're at Rose Quarter, then if you swapped cabs, then the route code would take you to Hillsborough. But I really doubt that the route code would allow you to go that far. So from what I've heard on certain radio communications, because you can listen to TriMet Radio, the route code, it can be a bit temperamental, and sometimes it just doesn't, you set it to one thing and it doesn't work, so you try a different route code, or you try resetting the number. So like, let's say I'm doing route code 12. If you just take the thumb wheels and go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and go back to, you kind of just input the number again, then that could work, or whatever. There's a lot of little things you could try, but it's kind of temperamental from the experiences that I've heard over the radio. So again, you'll never probably ever find out the exact answer to these questions about, ooh, what would happen, because if you actually did this, you'd probably get into some trouble from control. They'd probably chew you out over that. About like, oh, why did you have the route code set at Expo Center if you wanted to go to Clackamas or the airport or something? Yeah. And if you just say, oh, I accidentally set the wrong route code, it's like, yeah, sure you did. Well, I think that about sums it up for route code and train ID. Next time we'll be getting into some mechanical stuff and what actually is a part of the trains. You'll have to see what I mean about that on the next episode. I shall see you soon.